truth behind the vessel Vodianoy. Alright, so I was a little bit suspicious. That's why this made me push to do this activity. Actually, I discovered something that this is a hidden truth from Warzone. I did some multiple research. I talked to some YouTubers. Yeah, and we had a call, and then we found out or solved the mystery on what really happened to Vessel Vodianoy. Alright, so let's start with the distress messages first. Alright, so it took me 2 days, but it's fine. It took me 2 days to finish this distress messages. I had to ask favor from a Russian guy from Moscow to translate because it was in Warzone. That's why it was in Russian. That's why I had to request help from one of my Russian friends from one of my Russian friend from Moscow. Okay, so I don't speak Russian. That's why I wasn't able to translate it myself. Alright, so we have here Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Season 2 Vodianoy ship distress messages. Alright, so in the first place, you spotted this boat on Rebirth Island, somewhere on the west part of the map. Alright, so let's review the first message. So the first message was Captain Rosenthal. So the vessel captain was Captain Rosenthal. So he said on the first message, to everyone that can hear me, Captain Rosenthal is speaking. Russian vessel Vodianoy. Something happened. We were carrying a cargo of contagious biological material. What have we done? So this one I don't really know if Captain Rosenthal really forced himself to say this because this is wrong grammar. Happened outbreak of infection. I am afraid we won't be able to handle that. So what Captain Rosenthal was saying is that he needs help because there's already a outbreak on vessel Vodianoy, and most of the crew there might have been infected already. So most of the people ask is how did they get infected? Probably what they say is the time travel storm, but according to my investigation, they might have been infected by the Nova 6 gas because Nova 6 is a smoke can um that can make people faint and then infect them by turning them into zombies. Well, that's only my opinion, but I'm sure it's Nova 6. Probably Stitch set up Captain Rosenthal. Alright, so my question is, yeah, that was my investigation. Outbreak on infection, yeah. And so my note was, while Captain Rosenthal was speaking, the ship was probably on lockdown and the remaining crew already infected. Probably only a few crews, including Captain Rosenthal, um, was on lockdown on the bridge. Some, if you go to the Vodianoy vessel, you'll see that the door to the bridge is locked. I don't. I think Captain Rosenthal is still alive, but most of the guys say that Captain Rosenthal is already a zombie. And so we move on. If my hypothesis is, if Captain Rosenthal was still alive, Stitch was the one who forced the captain to deliver the Nova 6 products to Verdansk, Castovia. Probably that's my hypothesis. And so we'll move on to the second message, which is the last one before we go back to 1984. So second message is Captain Rosenthal. It is unconfirmed because yeah, I think he became a zombie already at this time, but we'll get through that in part two. Right, so be careful. One guy said, "Be careful. Biological danger on board. We took containment measures. I never saw anything like this. God help us." So if you mean containment measures, probably the crew was really on lockdown. And then if he said, I never saw anything like this, probably it's his first time seeing zombies. And then God help us. So maybe they're desperate already for help. Maybe they only saw Verdansk and then they thought that it was a good idea to go there for help. Alright, so we now move on to 1984. So this is just the what Captain Rosenthal said on the season 2 Vodianoy cinematics. And so GFX 1984, Captain Rosenthal confirmed Mayday, this is Soviet freighter Vodianoy encountered atmospheric disturbance. What the hell is that? Full ahead, hard right rudder, it is coming. Ah! Okay, so that was already the death of Captain Rosenthal. Alright, should we proceed to the slides? Alright, so here's what you don't know, or my new evidence that I just came out with last week. Alright, so the Truth Behind Vessel Vodianoy. So there's the cinematics. I'll post the link on the description below. So the question is, how did the Vodianoy ship arrive in Verdansk, Kastovia? Warzone players say that there was a storm last 1983 that killed all Vodianoy ship crew, and it arrived in Verdansk because of the winds, waves, and storms. That's not true, guys. That's not true. Because the last location of the Vodianoy ship was inside Aral Sea or Aral Sea, something like that. Aral or Aral Sea is in Kazakhstan. Right, so according to our investigation, there was a ship that was seen in Rebirth Island before the storm was seen from Verdansk, Kastovia. We believe that the Vodianoy vessel entered a deadly storm anomaly that killed and time traveled the crew to the coast of Kastovia. We believe that it was time travel because there was no way that the ship was able to reach Verdansk, Kastovia, because Aral Sea, where the ship was first seen, is surrounded by land and no rivers that can head out to the sea or to the ocean. So our evidence are here. So you can see that our first evidence, Aral Sea, it is completely surrounded by land. If you see on the northwest, that's close. Even the Vodianoy ship uh goes through that a little bit something like river. There's still no way out because it's being surrounded by the land of Kazakhstan. You can see Rebirth Island on the middle of the sea. And then in the present time, of course, because of climate change, RLC for 2021, RLC already dried up, and then a little bit of water was remained. So guys, climate change, Ayan, my so there's already an example of a climate change here. Don't waste water because deserts are getting dry. Look at this, 1984, the water or the land was still like a little bit wet. But the present time, look, it's now all sand. Remember, guys, people, you will die if you can find any water source. Also, second evidence is time travel storm. I asked permission from a player to who got a tape or a picture of the Vodianoy ship when it wasn't still season 2. So we can see like there's already like open doors, broken windows. It's probably because of the outbreak infection that Captain Rosenthal said a while ago. And then third evidence, you can see that there's not much vessel rust. And then look at the cargo, the precious cargo that they wanted to deliver in Verdansk. Look at that, they're still like fresh products. And then you can see the Nova 6 smokes here. That's probably how the crew of Vodianoy got infected. Then on the side, you can see that there's no really rust in there. That's quite impossible. Or other players are saying that they were on the water for the whole time. Yeah, that's a possible answer. But How about on the non-water-rich parts, even the bridge wall? I mean, you see that it's still all white. I don't if if they say that if they said that it's been lost for 30 years, probably they might have been lost only for half a year. That's quite impossible. Not much vessel rust, or they really did this just to uh stuff like that. I don't really believe that this vessel was gone for 30 years. There's no evidence that this ship was gone for 30 years. I don't believe it. There's no such thing, because where's the Coast Guard then? Where's the Coast Guard? Or maybe other players are thinking this is only for zombies. Vodianoy entered the dark ether. How would how would a gigantic thing enter the dark ether, guys? Just think about that. Or probably someone in Pacific Ocean, not the real Pacific Ocean where the Vodianoy was placed. Someone someone was bribed in Pacific Ocean to cover up this 30 years nonsense. I don't really believe that. I don't really believe that this thing was gone for 30 years. What was that? It was that the flight that went missing last 1937 and returned in somewhere 1990s. I don't think that can happen. That's quite impossible. If you talk about time travel, I know it's fake news also, but it's probably real. Unless they just make fake videos of time travel, but I do believe it's gaming time travel. Yeah, I do believe that it's gaming time to travel. I'm just curious also on why were they so interested on combining Cold War and Warzone. Well, season 6 before, they were only focusing on Verdansk. Now they want Black Ops Cold War items to go to Modern Warfare also. Yeah, I know why. I just don't want to share it to you guys. Alright, so according to Evidence 1 RLC, we discovered that even the river to the northeast waters are also blocked by the land of Russia or USSR. Alright, so don't worry guys, I'll share you the link. Alright, don't worry guys, I'll share you the link. So thank you guys for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you don't get upset.